All right. This is take two. And I say take two because I just made a really nice video, 20 minutes long. And I thought I was getting the entire guitar in the frame, but there were parts where it was completely going down, and I thought that's completely useless because it's a guitar video. So I'm gonna try and keep looking at my watch to make sure that it's always in the frame. Yeah, maybe I should have taken a selfie video rather than but I think that the camera is much better, obviously, from the back camera. So I'm going to keep my watch here so I can keep an eye on whether I'm in the frame or not. Yeah, okay. Okay, all right. I think I'm in the frame. Let's hope it's good. The last video was honestly one of the better ones, but I'll try and redo it. Welcome back to lesson 5. I think it's lesson 5 or lesson 6. I'm not very sure. I have to look it up. Anyways, lesson 5, and we took a break because I had some exams and just finished them last couple of weeks ago, and so we're back into making videos now. My friends who've been watching us just suggesting to make this a formal YouTube channel, and I don't think it'll be they're much more epic and better videos, but so I'm just making this for you guys. And right, let's see. Anyways, let's see what happens. So just a quick recap. So we talked about chord families and keys and scales and majors and minors, and how to find out which chords are in a particular key and things like that. We talked about all that. So if you want to quickly recap your memories, or just go back and watch the other videos, they're all on YouTube. When I made the previous video 20 minutes ago, it was bright and sunny outside, and there was nice natural light coming in, but this England completely cloudy in seconds. Anyway, let's continue. So what we'll do today is we'll talk about one particular chord family. Okay, I'll play you a song and see how that chord family fits, right? And then we'll probably just have enough time to talk about how to play a chord neatly, and then we'll practice that, and then we'll probably end with that, right? So we'll play this familiar song, probably not that familiar. It's probably showing my age. Lord, I lift your name on high. So we'll play that song. I'll play that song, and then if you have your guitars, if it's tuned up, it should sound like mine. And we're going to play it in the key of G major, right? Key of G major. And just a quick recap of the chord family of key major. All right. So first we look at what key is it. So it's G major. Then we say, all right, in the key of G major, what all notes come in that? And the notes that come in the key of G major are G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and then G. And the formula we followed there is 110 1110. All right. And then we said, all right, so those are the notes in that chord family, and let's make them all into chords. When we make them all into chords, we said the first, the fourth, and the fifth become major chords. The second, the third, and the sixth become minor chords. And then we said let's leave the seventh aside for now. We'll look into it later when we become better in guitar playing. So we've taken the G major scale. We found out all those notes, and we said, all right, let's take them into chords now. So let's take the first, the fourth, and the fifth into chords. The first is G major, so G becomes G major. The fourth is G, A, B, C, so C becomes C major. And the fifth is G, A, B, C, D, and then D becomes D major. All right, so you take a scale, find out the notes, and then you take the first, fourth, fifth, make them chords. You take the second, third, and sixth, make them chords. The first, fourth, fifth become major chords. The second, third, and sixth become minor chords. All right. So second is G, A minor. Third is G, A, B minor. Sixth is G, A, B, C, D, E minor. All right. Have you all got that? I'll play it one more time, and then hopefully it just solidifies in your brain. All right. You find out what key the song is in. All right. So somebody comes and says to you, this song is in G major. So you say, all right, G major. So then you find out. Then you go. First step is find out all the notes, not chords, all the notes in the G major scale. All right. The sa re ga ma or do re mi fa so whichever language you prefer. All right. So when you find out the notes, which is G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, using the formula 1 1 0 1 1 1 0. Now you got all the notes in the scale of G major, and then from those notes you say, all right, these three chords become majors, these three chords become minors, and the seventh chord we'll talk about later. So the three chords that become major is 1 4 5. The three chords that become minor is 2 3 6. All right. So then you say, all right, all the chords in the scale of G major are G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, and then F sharp we'll talk about later. Are you with me so far? All right. So I'm going to use these chords to play this song that we all know. All right. Lower and lifting them and high. All right. Hopefully you're still recording and I'm still in the frame. Let me have a quick look again. Yeah. All right. Right. Here we go. Lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praises. So glad you're in my life. So glad you came to save me. You came from heaven to earth to show the way from the earth to the cross. If you were a keen observer, you would have noticed I played some funky variations of the chords, and we'll come to it in due time. All right. But let's look break down the song and see what I played and things like that. All right. So I was playing these chords. I was playing G major, like I said. We'll talk about it in detail in a second. G major, C major, D major. Then we said A minor, okay? Then we said B minor. Then we said E minor. Alright? And the entire song, if you notice and if you're playing along with me, you'll notice that I stuck to only the majors until the last line, alright? So I played. And then in the last line, from the cross to the grave, from the grave, B minor, to the sky, A minor. Lord, I lift A minor, your name, D on high, G. So just that last line, I played those three minors almost in a row, and then we came back to the major and then we resolved the song. All right. So if you noticed, most modern Christian worship songs are that simple. They use the major chords, they throw in a couple of minors here and there, and then that's it. A little bit more complicated songs will have all the 6 chords and then they go back and forth. Only if you're playing like black gospel or R&B Christian music or like old hymns will you need to complicate stuff. All right. And they are very, very complicated songs, and you need to be pro to play all those songs. But for regular songs, and not just Christian songs, even secular songs, regular songs, if you know the 6 chords that I played just now for any of the scales, you can easily play the song. And that this is true for 90% of the songs. Even the complicated songs, they are based on this, and then there are variations of this, right? So let's look right into the chords and see how I was playing, how I was transitioning. All right. If don't be worried if you say, oh, Isaac, I didn't even see you transition between some of the songs. It's literally just practice. I remember the person who taught me guitar, my sister, she doesn't know how to play the guitar at the moment. But I remember when she used to play, so my three siblings used to go to music class together, and they used to come back because there's a big age difference, and then she used to teach me whatever she learned. I remember I had my plastic guitar, and she would try to put my fingers and say, this is that chord, this is this chord. But when she used to play, she used to take time transitioning, all right? So if she were playing this song, she would play, Lord, I lift your name on high. Okay, so don't worry if you're taking time to transition. Don't worry saying, I just couldn't, even though I know the chords, I couldn't play along. It's that if you slow down the video, you'll notice that there was some muffled notes in between that you don't even pick up when I played it normally. All right, that's because in transition those things happen, but you will pick up speed later. So don't worry about speed right now. All right. Now coming to the chords as such. So let's talk about the first chord. So we're talking about G major chord. All right. Another thing I just want to quickly throw in over there is I'll keep saying G major chord or G major scale and G major, C major, D major and things like that. But you'll soon notice that I'm going to drop off the word major, because in musicians' terms, if you don't say the word major, it's implied. If you say minor, then it's minor. All right. So if somebody says play the chord of A, they're obviously meaning A major, because if they wanted you to play A minor, they would say play the chord of A minor. So the minors, they usually specify they'll say minor. So if I don't say the word major, that means if I don't say any word after the chord, that means I mean major. All right. So let's look at the chord of G major. And if we have time, we'll go down to C major and D major. All right. This is the chord of G major or G. All right. So let's look a bit closely again and just make sure I'm in the frame, unlike last time. Perfect. Okay. I think I'm in the frame. All right. So I'm going to talk about each chord in relation to three things. All right. The first thing is fingering or fingers. All right. The second thing is strings, which string. And the third thing is which fret. All right. Which fret. So for example, if I say, can you put your first finger, which usually we say is the little finger, first, second, third, fourth. We usually don't use the thumb. Sometimes we use the thumb. If you notice in the song I was playing, I was using the thumb to muffle some notes sometimes. Okay, so when I want to play D major, I muffle the top two strings. All right. So sometimes you use the thumb, but nobody necessarily denotes notes to be played by the thumb. All right. So let's look. So if I say use your first finger, which is your little finger, on the first string, which is the bottom string, on the second fret, so then that's that note. Okay. If I say use the second finger on the third string, excuse me, I'm so sorry, on the third string, on the third fret. So second finger is this one, the ring finger, on the third string, on the third fret. Then we played that, right? And I don't know if you remember, I was telling you about where you press the note, all right? And you want to press the note as near to the fret as possible, all right? We want the metal of the string to come in contact with the metal of the fret. Only then you'll get the nice harmonic ringing out, all right? So if I and so you want to play as close to the fret as possible, all right? You don't want to play on the fret, because then it's your flesh which is in touch with the string. You want this metal to touch the string, all right? So you play it like that. If you don't press, you don't need to press that hard, to be honest. You just want to make sure that it rings out. All right. If you play it on the fret, it's that muffled sound. All right. If you play it too far behind, you'll still get the ringing sound, but you have to press a lot harder. All right. So just close to the fret, not on the fret, close to the fret, and nice and firm. All right. That's how you play the note. All right. All right. Let's come to the chord as such. All right. So first finger, first string, third fret. All right. Does that make sense? First finger. Oh, the sun's back out finally. First finger, first string, 3rd fret. All right, nice ringing sound. Second finger, which is your ring finger, 2nd string, same fret. Okay, and then your middle finger goes all the way to the top, to the 6th string on the same fret. All right, and then your 4th finger, your 4th finger goes to the 5th string. That's the 2nd from the top. 5th string, 2nd fret. All right, and this is what my brother used to try and tell me. All right, and you will notice this with your playing as well. Your finger needs to be nice and round, nice and curved. Okay, if it's flat, then your finger will, like, for example, if this finger is flat, then you'll be playing lots of buff notes. All right, okay, so it needs to be going all the way from the bottom, like a nice curve, and then hit stop string. I'll show you the sideways as well. All right, from the side it needs to look like that. Okay, nice, and just jumping and just hitting just that note on the top string, right? So okay, and then this one also nice and round, goes all the way on the top. Sometimes this part of your hand, this on your palm, they can also touch strings if you're not careful, right? So I've had people that have buff notes because this part is touching the string, that part of the palm. So you need it's almost like you're holding the guitar just by, oops, sorry, I can't get it. Yeah, you're literally just going all the way around the string, all right, around the neck. So you need to make sure you're doing that. All right, so let's look at that chord again. Bottom string, or 1st string, little finger, 3rd fret. Okay, let me just get this right. Okay, sorry, from the bottom again. Nice and ringing, nice and ringing. Can you play them all together? Okay, you should get the nice ringing sound. I want you to practice playing 1 string at a time from the top, and they all should be ringing out. If any of one is not ringing out cleanly, adjust your fingers to make sure they're all ringing out. All right, so I'll play it now, so you can play along with me from the top. See, I made a mistake there because the pulp of my finger, this part of my finger, was actually hitting the second string from the top. So I made that mistake just now. So let me try it again myself. All right. So from the top with me. And if all those notes rang out cleanly for you just now, you're doing the right thing. And usually at this point, my students before, I used to have students before, they used to say, oh, my fingers are hurting, oh, look, they're almost bleeding. Enjoy that pain. If it's hurting, that's a good thing. All right, I want you to make sure that you're playing the notes neatly. Sooner or later, like my fingers, they'll become calluses, blisters even sometimes, and then they heal, and after that, you're absolutely fine playing. Now my fingers look absolutely fine. But I used to have calluses and blisters before just from playing, right? But feel that pain, but make sure the notes are nice and clean. I think my string's a bit off. Anyways, all right? And once you get each note right, then you can practice the strumming. And to the next episode, we'll talk about the full chord family of the G major, all right? And am I in the frame? Yeah, I'm in the frame. We'll talk about the full chord family of the G major. And the thing I want to give you as a homework, apart from getting clean notes of each of those I'm using a plectrum on this hand because it gives a more cleaner sound. Oops, sorry, a cleaner sound. But each note should be nice and clean. So that's the first homework. The second homework is I want you to tell me the notes that we just played, all the notes in the G major scale. So type it in the comments if you know me personally, you can send it to me personally as well. Each note in this scale. So I'll give you one. Okay, so we know the top string is the E note. All right, the top string is the E note. The first fret is F sharp. So if I played that, F, I'm so sorry. If I played that note, it would be F. If I went one ahead, F sharp. If I went two onto the third fret, that's a G. Okay, so that's a hint. The third note on the top string is a G. Okay, so open is E, F, F sharp, G. And as homework, I want you to tell me all the notes of all the 6 strings that you are playing in the G major chord. Right? That's your homework. So I've already given you the first note, and hopefully we will keep making these videos. And I really hope this is helpful. This is the way you want to go in terms of learning guitar. If not, there's tons on YouTube, and hopefully that will help you. And all the best. See you in the next episode.